Haldeman report reveals Georgia's Dominion voting machines can be hacked. Like we didn't already know that. Votes can be changed. Elections can be altered. SOS Raffensperger hid the report and now will not install security patches. Will not install security patches for 2024. So he knew about it. He has a report. He hid the report. He knows that these are absolutely compromisable, and now he will not do anything about it. Wow. On Wednesday, I'm telling you, these guys better be in jail if we take the House, the Senate, and the White House. Although it's going to be a long shot that we take the White House if we don't figure out our own way to play with these systems like they are. On Wednesday, the Federal District Court of the Northern District of Georgia unsealed the 96-page Haldeman report, the security analysis of Georgia's ImageCastX ballot marking devices. Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger has been hiding this report from the public for 2 years. University of Michigan professor of computer science and engineering Jay Haldeman and security researcher and assistant professor at Auburn University Drew Stringle collaborated on a report where they discovered many exploitable vulnerabilities of the Dominion Systems ImageCastX system. Far-left judge Amy Totenberg sealed and covered up the results of the investigation of Dominion voting machines in Georgia and sat on the report until this week. The report confirms that votes can be altered in the Dominion voting machines. In fact, the report reveals that the Dominion software is vulnerable and can be hacked. On Thursday, VoterGA founder Garland Favorito joined Stevie B on the conflict room to discuss the findings from the exclusive report. DT-hating Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger hid this information from the public until now. Why is that? Here's a copy. Yeah, they're letting it out now. I do find it weird that they're letting that information out now, and YouTube is allowing us to talk about this now. Yeah, but I'm still not putting it on my my main channel. No way. Professor Haldeman wrote about his findings in a blog post on Wednesday. Back in September 2020, the court granted the curling plaintiffs access to one of Georgia's touchscreen ballot marking devices, so aka a BMD, so that they can assess its security. Drew and I extensively tested the machine, and we discovered vulnerabilities in nearly every part of the system that is exposed to potential attackers. The most critical problem we found in arbitrary code execution vulnerability that can be exploited to spread malware from a county's central election management system to every BMD in its jurisdiction. This makes it possible to attack the BMDs at scale over a wide area without needing physical access to any of them. Our report explains how attackers could exploit the flaws we found to change votes or potentially even affect election outcomes in Georgia, including how they could defeat the technical and procedural protections the state has in place. While we are not aware of any evidence that the vulnerabilities have been exploited to change votes in past elections, without more precautions and mitigations, there is a serious risk that they will be exploited in the future. On Tuesday, Professor Haldeman tweeted out that Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger will not install Dominion security patches before 2024. So in other words, there are flaws, they're going to use it anyways, and then when DT wins, if DT wins, then they will be like, oh yeah, there was these flaws that we didn't fix. We have to redo the entire selection until we can fix this right? Freaking awful, man. This was taken from Brad Raffensperger's statement. It says, the office also announced that there will be pilots of the recently Election Assistance Commission certified version of Democracy Suite 5.71 in 2023. This software has not been deployed in any election in any jurisdiction as of yet. The pilots will examine its full functionality in a real-world setting. Also, in reviewing the process, it will require an update to nearly 45,000 pieces of voting equipment along with the subsequent acceptance testing. This process will take tens of thousands of man-hours. Therefore, the statewide move to 5.17 will occur following the 2024 election cycle. This will allow the state and counties to focus on executing municipal elections and running the presidential cycle. It also allows the state to put together a thoughtful, thorough plan to roll out the latest software. Absolute bullshit. Raffensperger, a vocal never-Trumper, has been aware of the investigators' findings for 2 years. That means he ran the vulnerable machines during the 2022 selections, which is why we lost another Senate seat. Remember, they stole 4 of them. This was one of them. Georgia, Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Arizona. Okay? Absolute garbage, man. I hope they dangle this guy. Holy crap. Anyways, the npcshow.com is live. Please check it out. Sign up for the newsletter on the right-hand side. I will send you an email when I go live. Thank you very much.